Hi there. Welcome to Craft Creations by Peggy. Welcome, welcome. Let me just go in here and see if we can't get some live going on. Let's see. Sometimes it's kind of slow. So let's give it a whirl. There we are. Look at that. That was fast tonight. Oh, that's so awesome. So are we excited? Are we excited that it is Tuesday in August? We're finally here where I live getting a little bit of sunshine and about 80 degrees for the next day or two maybe. No smoke. We're not on the side of the fires. But anyway, so glad you're here with me tonight. We are going to do a little bit of fun. I am excited to do a just fun little collage on this board. And as you probably saw, I am going to put some Halloween items on there and make a cute little design. So let's get right to it. This little board came from Hobby Lobby, and the surface is kind of a chalky kind of, I don't know, rustic, you know, it's kind of sanded a little bit. So we're going to take a little bit of surface wax. We're going to wax that up right now while we're sitting here. And I always keep my waxer inside the can. And then I just take and going to give it a good wax. This is wood, and there's some little pieces of wood particles on it, so we'll have to make sure that we don't get any in the transfer. Okay, so then you just buff it out when you're done. Shake that off. When you hop on, tell me where you're from and if you like to craft certain items or what you like to do. I like to do just about everything, so it's kind of fun. You can choose all kinds of things. So tell me about your weather. Tell me what it's like at your place. Okay, so now we're going to put this right here. Let me just check it out. Oh, good. Okay, so you can see my board. It already comes with a hanger, so I thought I'd share that with you. So you'll be able to hang that right away. Okay, and then we have our stencil right here. Sorry I didn't give you notice. I was running just a little bit late. We have my daughter and her fiance's wedding coming up in just 2 weeks. And so we're getting just a little crazy doing things and putting things together and answering questions and, you know, all that. So this is the transfer we're going to use. And this is a 8x10. Comes in a package like that, of course. And the directions are on the back as usual. So if you hang out with me, you know that I always share that. I always tell you to save your package and, you know, take care of it so you can put it back in, okay? So then we're going to take this fuzzing cloth and we're going to get ready to fuzz our transfer, our stencil. You always need to fuzz before you start. I have a pair of scissors here, so let's get that going. So we're going to use the coffin for sure. There's a coffin, witch's brew, a cat, a spider web. Look what you made me brew. The cat with some bones, the face on the cat if you want to have faces on the cat. Kind of a ribbon there, and bubbles for the toil and trouble with your bubbles in the witch's brew pot, whatever that's called. So we'll just cut these out because it's easier on a smaller surface to cut them out. And they do have lines down them. And, oh, I should have told you the name of the transfer. Let me grab that real quick and tell you the name of the transfer. It is Witch's Brew. So that's what it's called. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to take it off right now. And I'm going to put it on my fuzzing cloth. So that it's got a nice safe spot. Because you could stick your fingers in it and all that. And then we're going to put back on the back of this, just so I know. And I'm going to put coffin. Because when I do smaller items, I just have all these little pieces. So you want to be able to put them back on when they're all cleaned and done. Okay? So let's do the next one. Let's do the spider web. we'll see where we put that. I'm not sure where we're going to put everything. I'm going to decide. I hope that you're not busy and you can hop on, but if you're watching the replay, ooh, I'm really excited for you to watch this. This is fun. This is a good one because it's kind of collage-y. So you can just put things wherever you want. And then we're going to do the web. I'm just going to cut that right across there just like that so you can, I'm going to stay in the camera there so you can see. And I'm going to cut the little cauldron. That's what it's called, the cauldron. And let's take our small one here and cut that off too. The web's really cute. It might just need to go up in the top. We'll see. We'll find a place. And witch's brew can go over there. Let's cut our kitty cat out. And the bones of the kitty. So that should be really, really fun. Okay? All right. So those I want. Those I'm going to sit over there. So let's take the bones and put it on here. Okay, so we're going to put that right on there. That's the bones. Turn that over and put back. And bones. And that way, like I said, I'll remember where they go. I can do this right now. Kitty. Kitty. Okay, there we go. We'll put this on there. Okay. And I'll move that over a minute. Get that out of the way. I hope you guys are having a good night. I am. Don't forget, you can hop into my VIP group. That is really fun. And if you need to know where to find me, I can give you a little shout out here. This is the web, so let's put the web on there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I got it on there, and then we have our little Spidey. And so, don't have a lot of room there, but I guess I'll make it on the bottom. Okay, so we're just gonna have a little bit of fun. We're gonna use chalk paste tonight. Chalk paste is different than the ink. The ink is done on cloth or any kind of a surface other than a hard surface. You can use chalk on cloth, but if you're gonna wash it, then you want to use ink. So we're going to use some Take Note. That's one of my favorite greens. I do have this other green. I have a Gravity. I love these two colors. And then I'm going to use a Squeeze. And I really like this Squeeze because it's a little bit deeper. And these are colors of the month. All right. And they were over time. And we have color of the month every month on the first day of the month until it sells out. So the fun thing for you is if you're looking for some fun colors, you can always get the newest color and to add to your craft stash on the first of the month. And then we have Shimmer Shadow, which is another one of my favorite colors. And it is black with just a little bit of shimmer in it. Okay, a little bit of glitter. Alrighty, so let's figure out where we're going to put our cat. And I think I probably should have grabbed some white, but maybe I'll make the cat with, I have white right here. Yeah, I'll just use bright white for the cat bones, okay? Like bright white. Okay, and bright white paste for the cat bones. I almost forgot. I almost forgot what I was doing. So let's just take our kitty and put our kitty right here. And let's just stick that down. And now this has a big surface of screen. Now in the green part where you're going to use your squeegee and put your color on, that is a screen. Okay, so when you're putting it on there, you want to make sure that you're careful with your screen. Okay, so, and then I want to put this up here, I think, in the top. And there is one of our webs. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I just stuck that up in the corner, had a little bit of fun with it, just like it might be stuck in your corner at your house if you have a spider. Anyway, just a little fun. Let's get out my favorite. This is our shimmer shadow. We're going to give it a little stir. I have a stir stick here, and I also have some wet wipes right here because you all know that I am Messy Marvin. So I want to make sure that we get this good and stirred. And then we're going to take our squeegee, and it looks great. See, it looks just beautiful. Yeah, it looks like creamy yogurt, okay? That's what it looks like. And that's how you want it to be. Now you're going to take a little bit on your squeegee, and you're going to go down the top, and you're just going to put it on there just like so. And you're just going to go over the top of that and fill in all the white spots. And then once you do that, you're going to take off your excess and put it in the jar. And then you're going to come back and be careful not to go outside your lines, and just go like that and scrape off the excess, okay? And if you use too much, it's okay. You can just put it right back in your tray over here and make sure you don't have any lines, and then just stick that right back over there because we're going to use it again for our, then you pull up the corner, and then you just, we're going to go like this, and I am going to pull it from the bottom so you can see. Now, if you go nice and slow, if you didn't get everything on it, you can just re-add some, okay? So you just take that and grab that right up and just go like that. And look at our kitty. Isn't that cute? Look at that cat. Just look at that. Okay. Now, the fun part about this is when we're done here, we are going to put the bones on that kitty. So we're going to dry that just for a second. So it's good and dry, so I don't stick my hand in it. All right? Because I'm good at sticking my hand in it. How are you guys tonight? Okay, so that's probably good right there. And then once that's good and dry, we are going to go over that with our bones, the kitty bones in there. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit more here, and we're going to go in here, and we are going to do our web. And most of the time you have enough on your squeegee to do everything. If you're like me, I always put way too much. And look how fast and quick this is. This is not fun. Okay. So now we are ready to peel and reveal our spider web. Let me hold it up so you can see. And look at that spider web. And if you think you don't have enough, you drop that back down and add some more. Look how cute that looks. Isn't that awesome, you guys? That is so awesome. So, it really is simple and very fun. So let me dry this. If you like to craft and you like to do fun things, you are certainly in the right place. Because I love to craft. I love to help people. I love to teach classes. I did an in-person class the other day. If you live close, we can do an in-person class, help you to learn it. If not, you can hop on and you can watch my videos in the picture portions here on Facebook and on my page here. You can go in and I have some tutorials on how to start and how to start your craft journey with CHALK Couture, and so you show you some pointers and so forth. And you can watch some just to catch up and see some that maybe you would like to do that I've already done for you, so it'll give you an idea. Now, one thing that I want to remind you of is even though I'm making this right here, this possibly might not be what you like. This is just an idea for you, just for you, to make something on your own and say, oh, maybe I'd like to have the cat a different color. So I am going to step out for 1 second. I forgot one little thing. I'm going to grab it. All right, I am back. And when you want to hop into that VIP group, it's called Peggy's Craft Stars. It's my VIP group, and you guys are stars in my eyes, and so I'm pretty excited to have you in there. And I changed the name of it because I think that you guys are my craft stars, and I want you to be crafty and learn some new things and have some fun. And we like changes, right? Okay, so I am going to make sure that that's dry because I want to wax that just a tiny bit because I don't want my transfer coming up on there. So once that's dry good, you just want to wax your kitty a little bit. We got some beeping going on in the background over here. Okay, right? And then we're just going to put that right over there. And then we're going to buff it off. We got giggles in the background in this room tonight, you guys. I have some helpers. I don't think they're helping much, but they're having a good time. So it's always fun to have helpers in the background making little noises and giggling. All right, so we have our kitty, our black cat. Okay, so there's our black cat. We did wax it after I got done. When you're waxing it, you want to make sure, of course, that it's good and dry. When you're using chalk, it takes no time at all. Okay, so now I am going to do a little bit around the edges. So we're going to take that off. Look how cool that looks. That is so stinking cute. And I am going to take a wet wipe, and it's already pretty wet, but I'm going to spray it a little bit more. Can you see that? I'm going to spray my wet wipe really good. And what I have in my spray bottle, whenever we need to add water to our chalk, if it's a little bit too dry, you want to use distilled water. Distilled water is fresh and clear. It has nothing to cause any bacteria or anything like that. So that's why we use that instead of just tap water. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to go around this edge like so. And this is my idea of looking Halloweenish. All right, so if you would like to paint the whole thing and do whatever you would like, you just do it. And please come on here and show me what you've done. I love it. Okay, and then you just go around the edges until you're happy with what it looks like. And because it's wet, it will go faster and you don't have to paint it just like super, you know, super duper. You can just make it look real sketchy. And Halloween's kind of got some sketchy stuff. So just go around there and just do it to your heart's desire. Have a little bit of fun because you don't have to be precise. And that is kind of fun sometimes. Sometimes when things get a little too precise, it takes the fun out sometimes. And this is so easy to do. So easy. Okay, so let's do a little bit more there. I like to see a little bit stronger streaks in there. It looks kind of cool. What do you think? Isn't that fun? That's a beeping going on in the background. Sorry, you can hear it too. Okay, so I think that's enough for me. What do you think? Do you like that background? Any takers? Helpers? What do you think about that background?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, look, I got the approval. Giggles and all.
You're talking about some inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, well. Sassy pants back there in the back, 40. All right, so let's get this out of the way because I stick my fingers in everything. Oops. Whoops. Wow. I just stuck my hand in that whole thing. I told you, messy Marvin. Okay, when you do the green like that, like I just did, you don't have to stir your paste, of course. You can just dip that right in there and use it, okay? All right, so let's dry that just a little bit. You want to dry that just so that you don't get it everywhere like I do. Just go around the edges and get this good and dry so you can continue to work, okay? And get that dry so I can put the bones in the little kitty here. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Now, I've got this on the fuzzy cloth. And we're going to fuzz this a couple of times. There it is right there. Still sticking pretty good to the... And then we're going to line it up on the black cat. Okay? Yep. I'm just going to share this real quick. Real quick and say hi to everybody. And how fun is that? Okay. All right, I did. So now we're going to place this on the kitty and the black cat, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to line this up really cute. Maybe just a little bit right there. I think I'll try the ears first. I have to line this up a couple times, so. Takes a minute sometimes. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, and it takes a minute to line it up, all right? So can you see that all lined up? There you go. Okay, now we're going to get out the white. We're going to get out the bright white. And here it is right here. This is the white paste. And we're going to stir that just a minute. Make sure it's creamy dreamy. And looks pretty nice. Looks pretty much like yogurt. And we'll take that out. Put that right over there out of the way. And we're just going to take a little bit in here like so. We're just going to put that right on top of that black cat. Isn't that fun? Okay, and then we take off the excess that we're done with and put it back. And then we're going to take off the excess. Can you see that? Isn't that just fun? That is so fun. I think that's, well, except peeling it, it's just a blast. I think it's so fun. And it never gets old. One thing about this, it never gets old. Okay, and it never disappoints. It's always just a blast. Okay, now I'm really excited to take this off. Somebody just dropped their stuff. Whoops, let me grab that in the corner. I don't want to put my fingers in the white there. There we go. You ready? Look at how cute that is, you guys. Look. Isn't that just cute? That is so darn cute. Okay, now I'm just going to set this out of the way again. And let's get that right over there, out of the way. And I'll wipe off my stir stick and my squeegee a little bit because we still have a coffin to go. All right. Oh, and maybe, let me put the cap back on because I'm good at sticking my fingers in everything. Okay, isn't that cute? Let's dry that before I stick my finger in it. That turned out cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
Okay, now the black has a little bit of glitter in it, so when you're drying your white, it kind of comes through and it kind of looks like bones for real. It's so cute. Hi, Sandy. How are ya? Oh, is it really hot up there? Ooh. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't give you notice that I was going on. I was just so busy and we were just getting a little bit crazy for the wedding and doing some nails and, you know. So I'll set up the calendar so you can know when I'm going live next, okay? Try a little harder. I feel like today's Monday. It feels like Monday. All right. So isn't that fun? So I have a cute little spider, and I'm not sure where I want to hang it, but I was thinking I want to hang it next to the casket. And so I think the casket, I'm going to put it in there sideways like that. I think that's really cute like that. So what do you guys think? What do you think, Sandy? We put that in there like that. Now, I've had orders from headquarters not to do the beware inside. So I'm going to have to be really careful not to get the beware. All right. So let's use black again on the coffin because I don't think orange is really a color for the coffin. I like this. So I'm going to take a squeegee. I cut it in half. I took my scissors, took my squeegee, and I just cut it right down the middle. So I've got a halfer, okay? So I just have a halfer. And then I'm just going to dip that in just like we usually do. I'm just going to go around the edges here. And I'm going to turn my project around so that I can reach it, okay? And makes it simple, makes it easier. And you don't have to get your stuff everywhere, okay? All right, so just get this right in here like so. And just turn that around. Make it simple for yourself. Don't struggle, okay? And at home, I have a Lazy Susan that I use, and I just set it on there and I just spin it around, and it makes it really, really cool. So is it like 100 degrees, Sandy, at your house? I know it was supposed to be 88. I haven't got off work yet. I haven't been outside, so I'm not sure how hot it is in Hoquiam, but sometimes Hoquiam isn't very warm, so the wind comes up and keeps it pretty cool. So, okay, so we took off the excess. We put it back in our jar. Let's wipe this off so I don't get my fingers on it. I use these wet wipes like crazy. Get them all cleaned up, and then I don't have as much work when I'm done. So let's pull this off and check it out. Oh, look how cute that is. And there is that coffin. So we have our coffin done. And that is really cute. So I really kind of was thinking about taking my paintbrush and just brushing a little bit in the middle. And just giving it a few little swipes so it looks like it's a coffin. it gives it an idea, but I think it just needs a little bit of something in the middle. So let's just take a little like that. Let's just put a little water in there. There we go. And I just want to take in the middle kind of and yeah, and make a mess. Just, you notice how quiet I get when I'm doing something? And it just kind of soaks in. And, you know, coffins are really kind of old and icky, and especially on Halloween. So how fun is this? So instead of putting the middle in, where it said what, I don't know. I don't remember what it said. It said, I don't know, spooky or something. So anyway, we just filled that in, okay? So I think that looks a lot better than just leaving it plain and making it look like the wood. So you can just take your little paintbrush and go to town and do whatever you want. And if you need any touch-ups, you just go around the edge and just fix that up. And you can use a toothpick, you can use whatever you want, okay? And so I just filled that in and gave it a good little scoop there and made it look really cute, I think. I think that just made it look like it's kind of real. Okay, and then I just put my black back into my jar, and I'll wipe off my brush. And just, it'll probably need to be rinsed, but at least it's, you know, not sticking in there. And then I have a wet wipe, and I'll just wipe this out. And I get my wet wipes at the Dollar Tree, so that way I just have not to worry. You can buy them for $1.25. They might have went up to $1.50. I don't know. I haven't been there for a while. I'm trying to stay out of the dollar store. I get too many things. All right. So let's dry it one more time. And so you are more than welcome to join my free VIP group, Peggy's Craft Stars. Just look that up on here. It's a group, not a page. What you're on right now is a page. And so it would be awesome for you to join. We can do fun things. We can play games. We can do all kinds of things. And so I hope to see you there. Look at how cute that's looking. Does that not look like a coffin? It looks super cool. Super fun. See? Look, isn't that cute? Can you see that? All right. So I'm done with that. And I do have the spider web. And I think I'm just going to put that right over here on the side. I don't know. Should I put it on the side or? I think I'll put it right there. Let's get out some black again. I was all cleaned up, but guess what? I just can't let it go, can I? Okay, and then you can just add a little bit right there. And you can add as you go. Look at that. You see that? Look at that. Let's take this one. It's probably not very sanitary, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to put, oops, stick that my finger right in that because I had it in my mouth. That's because it was insanitary, right? Anyway, you got to be real, you guys. You got to be real. Okay, let's get that. And if you're quick and don't let your chalk dry in your design, you got it made. Okay? And I think more than one spider comes to mind for me. Look at that. How cute. How stinking cute is that? Look. Is that my picture perfect? How cute. Those little spiders are cute. And I don't even like spiders. They scare the crud out of me. So, and of course, there is my favorite, Shimmer Shadow. Shimmer Shadow, giving this a gold star for what a fun transfer. Look at the things that you can do with it. All right. So, I am thinking. Okay. And I really like, what else do we have over here? What else can we put on the bottom? I don't know. Maybe that's enough. Maybe I just get too carried away, right? Maybe I do. Okay, now I'm going to take a couple of these. I have my, let me see if my glue gun's working. It is. Oh my gosh, my glue gun is working. Okay, so I have something fun. Look at what I have. Isn't this awesome? So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut this off. Get that out of the way. And I did get these at the dollar store, okay? So how fun. And I love these little candy corns. Oh, that's a wire. Wow. Okay. So do you think we should put those on the top? Kind of something like so. I think so. I think they should kind of go on the top. I think that's really cute. Or we could go like that and put it on the corner and put it right there. I got a black one. I can stick this black one right there. What do you think? What do you think? I think it's really cute. And I think I need more than one. Let's take one of these long ones and make it go a little further across, huh? There's no gold on that one. Okay, let's glue this one down. Okay, then let's take our little guy here. And let's glue him right to that corner.
It's on. You can't fix anything. Do that next one. I want me to do it.
What do you think about these little candy corns? Aren't they cute? Look. That is so stinking cute. All right, should we put a little more of the leaf things on there? I like all the glitter though. See, I'm a glitter gal. So I'm kind of liking something a little more of that. And the glitter doesn't stay on very well, so you have to be kind of careful with them. But look at, we're getting there, aren't we? All right, so I do have some. Do you think it'd be gaudy to do one more? I need I need an idea. Should we have more? Should we have more? I have a ribbon. I have some little pumpkins. I know we don't have any pumpkins on here, but these are really cute. And I think maybe a couple of them just down the side would look adorable. Right under there. I just like to play. Can you tell? Let's put a couple of these around just to give it a let's put these down here at the bottom too. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put those at the bottom. Let's put a little strip at the bottom and give it some color. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm feeling it. Oops, oops. Dropping. Let's see. Let me turn it around and face me. Okay. That's so cute. So cute. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do one there. Hope it's right. One there. Oh, look. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. That is so cute. Isn't it fun to just make things come and fall into place? Okay, now I'm going to put another pumpkin up there at the top and another black ball, maybe a white one, and then we shall be a finito. All right. Okay. What do you guys think? Seriously, truly. What do you think? Isn't that just fun? That is so fun. Maybe I'll put a dab of glue right there. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that I gave you some inspiration and some ideas. It's really fun just to play and have a good time. And I'm trying to push my glue gun there. I do take a little tiny bit of glue on the very end, and I push that through my glue gun and stick it right to the end of my glue gun. And then it just connects, and then I can keep going. So just little ideas of little things that help to make it work better. I'm just going to add one little dot of glue right there, and that'll make that lay down just a little better. Alrighty, you guys. I am so happy to be here. I hope you're all not sweltering in the heat. I hope that you're all doing okay in Spokane. Prayers are with you in Spokane, Washington. They've just had a massive fire that burned like crazy. So prayers to you guys, and thank you very much for watching. Love you guys. Have a great, great night.